Hello, everyone. We are here for Beyond the Gates. We are on time. Hold on. I think Anita is going to be in the hospital for this. She's going to the hospital for this episode, I believe. Hmm. Oh. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yes, we must. Let's talk about it. What you got going on, Miss Girl? Not another elevator drop off. Mm. Oh, well, okay, Jacob. Jacob said Max Rodriguez. Okay, he's at this room. They got guys at the entrance, and they pack us something, and it's nothing good. It's best he not go out that entrance, and you better hurry up. Oh, not he better hurry up. Oh my God, Jacob, stop. Their wrist hurts. Well, Max is gonna be worm food because Grayson didn't get to him quick enough. Hey, Juju. Hello. Mm-mm. Oh, Nita. Nita is fighting going to that damn hospital, and it's just like, girl, if you gotta go to the hospital, you gotta go to the hospital. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. But I know Anita is going to make the decision that she wants a do not resuscitate rule. My grandmother had that. She was on life support after it got like really bad, and it was up to my mom to make the decision. So they took her off of life support, and it basically gave if she held on after a while with life support, great. But if she didn't, do not resuscitate her. So yeah, that part I get. But Anita is going through it. She's in a lot of pain. It was worse. The pain is worse today than it was yesterday. So it's a new day on Beyond the Gates, just like it's a new day for us. And Daddy Dupree is like, let me take you to the hospital. You're in pain. You don't have to see the girls today. She's trying to force herself up to be up to seeing people and having people over, but it's just like you're not up to it. Your body's not up to it. While it's great to have people around, if you are not doing well, then you don't have to entertain. But it's Anita, and it's just like, nah, I'm gonna entertain. I'm gonna have people come over. Like, stop playing with me. But she's in a lot of pain. So he wants to take her to the hospital. He wanted to take her yesterday, but she didn't want to go. He wants to take her today, but she doesn't want to go because she fears if she doesn't go, like if she goes, she's not coming back out. Now, um, Nicole and Danny are waiting on a call because Vernon is playing bouncer. Doesn't want too many people in the house fawning over Anita. Doesn't want to do too much. So he's playing bouncer, and Nicole and Danny are waiting on a call for them to come over and be able to see Anita. As they're waiting, they're talking about everything that's going on. How it's great the cat is living with them because not only does she get to keep the family up to date about what's going on, it's actually helping her be okay with change, is actually helping her starting to grow as into accepting change because Kat is not a person who likes change. Danny tells Nicole about, EG going over there to see them and stopping the construction on Wig's house and seeing Anita and how it shook him and how his mother and made him dig back into his past about his mother and the fact that he couldn't help his mother when she was going through what she was going through. So Nicole was like, yeah, and also he should feel guilt because, our mother and our father brought him into this family and treated him like a son, and then he repaid them by breaking your heart. And then he's like, listen, our parents got a 2-for-1 special on bad son-in-laws. But Nicole don't want to go there, as in talking about Crewneck Ted, because she's happy. She got 2 men, one on the right, one on the left, and she might get her a third. Who the hell knows? So she's living her best life. And Danny wants to hear all about it, but Nicole is kind of being prudish and don't want to talk about it. Well, girl, if you don't want to talk about it in a public place, let's go down to the house and talk about it. You got to talk about it with somebody. Mm-hmm. Uh, Mm-hmm. Grayson, okay, so that's the thing. Jacob told Grayson, go help Max. Jacob told Grayson, go help Max. Bless me. Yeah, Jacob told Grayson, go help Max. Jacob's talking to Smitty and basically like, listen, I got a message to Grayson. That's basically what is going to happen. And it's all I could do to help. Because at this point, Rashad works out here, does not work in the hospital. And Shanice is being nurse nosy. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Get your ass gone. Get your phone. Hit the road. Oh, he got involved to pay for his mother's hospital, allegedly. Her care. Because she has Parkinson's. Baby, Nita and Verna just arguing. Oh, that's right, Vernon. Put your foot down. Mm, that's right. Shout out to Titus. Girl, she and so it's Nita. Girl, I just want to hug Nita. I just want to hug her so bad. Yeah. So Grayson got involved in the ring. For what we know, the story is true about his mother having Parkinson's and him needing to pay for her um, assisted living. But he's also got student loan debt. So there's that. So not only is he paying his student loan debt, but he's also trying to take care of his mother. And while it might not have been his first choice to go ahead and start slinging that blood, okay, here we are. Here we are at this moment. Now, we can deduce that he's involved, Ren's involved. Obviously, Max, who then just got told to get gone, is involved. Leah, the chief of staff, might be involved. And because he's out of town so much, I think Carlton also might be involved. But that's just me. And the fact that he's out of town so much. The fact that he's in and out of town so much. And that was like a hint that they gave us earlier when we started on this story, on this path. Now, Smitty rolled up on Rashad, aka Jacob, in the back alley, and he like, "What's going on? Did you get a hold of Max? Did you get to see him?" He was like, "No, I didn't get to see him because the Rashad side works on the streets. It really don't work on the third floor of Garland Memorial. Why? Because Shanice would see him and question what he's doing." Ashley, Vanilla Bean would see him and question him on what he was doing. So he sent Grayson because it was a blood drop off slash pick up. Grayson dropped it off. Jacob picked it up and he told Grayson, Max is in room 6. Max Rodriguez. Room 6. There are made men outside here to, do some things to him. You need to get him out this building without problem. You heard? Go ahead and take care of that. So now Smitty is like, we gotta warn him, we gotta call him, we have to do this, we have to do that. And it's just like, Smitty, you need to calm down because you're shaking like real ass in the strip club right now. Calm down. Okay? You at a 10, I'm gonna need you to bring it down to a 2. Calm, cool, and collected. Stress will send you to an early grave, and no, you don't want that. Grayson actually does the job. Now, Shanice is like, it don't make no sense because you saying this doctor said to go do this, but I don't see an order. Vanilla Bean makes an excuse, saving him without knowing she's making an excuse for him, and is like, maybe the nurse deleted the order. Let me go catch him before he's sticko boy again. She gets there and she's like, oh, you don't have to do it. Cool, 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 cool. Mm-hmm. Mm. She's not giving you trouble because you're a bad nurse. She's giving you trouble because you're messing with one of her people. Now, Grayson did threaten that man and basically said, you need to get gone. Don't show your ass back up here again whatsoever. Told him what routes to get the hell about the building. And he said, listen, don't tell nobody I helped you. Don't tell nobody you saw me. Don't tell nobody you know me. And let's be clear on one more thing. If somehow you get caught, you don't need to worry about them doing something to you because I'm going to do something to you. Oh, Vanilla Bean needs to go home and take her ass to bed. Smitty. Smitty. What the hell are you doing? Rashad and Smitty gonna get everybody caught. No. I don't like this man. I don't care. I don't care how cute the cat looks. I don't like this man. Don't tell him what you need because the last time you told him what you needed, he turned it back on you and made you feel like you was worthless and like you should be the one asking him permission to do stuff. Mm. Bill and Ted's Not So Excellent Adventure. Mm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. his name is Kyle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got your own key and everything, girl. Hmm. Oh, baby. Oh, they're gonna make me cry. I feel it. Is that the yeah? That's Shanice's aunt. Shanice's aunt is a renowned oncologist. She has done a lot of work based off of what they've told us about her character. She's done a lot of work, good work with cancer patients and breast cancer, which is where Smitty and Martin had got their information. And obviously, she was introduced to us through Smitty when they were having lunch, and then he introduced her to Naomi, and then eventually we found out that she's Shanice's aunt and all those good things. Now we know after the conversation with Bill on last Wednesday, Anita called her because Monica was like, whatever you want, if you need anything, if there's any way I can help, just call me and I will help you. And she called her, and now she's going to help her, which is why she suggested a particular medication. But now Anita is being admitted to the hospital because the pain is above a 10. She can't keep anything down. The fatigue is out of this world. And it's just like, okay, what's next? Excuse me. So Monica is going to be sticking around for a while, which means Wig, don't try nothing because Monica gonna be what? On your ass. Especially when it comes to her daughter. But if you're stressing out her page, not daughter. Well, I think Shanice is her daughter, but especially when it comes to her niece. But if you're stressing out her patient, I think she's going to be on your ass even more. Nicole and Danny are talking about Nicole's men, her two men. And she's like, listen, Carlton, we like the same things. He's like a breath of fresh air. It's just, with him, it's just easy with Carlton because they like the same things. They work at the same place. They share people in common. They like the same plays, the same movies. They, stuff like that. But Kyle is like no other person she's ever been with before. He is not a window to the past. He is not a door to the past. He's a door to the present and the future and what could be. He gave her a key to his place and basically said, listen, this ain't no commitment type thing. This ain't to rush you. This isn't for you to try to hurry up and choose who you want to be with. No strings attached. But, it's an open door policy. If you want to come over here and pop that coochie for me, or if I want to come sling D for you, it's whatever you want to do, baby. And she really likes Kyle, but she doesn't want to hurt Carlton. But it's just like Kyle is a door. He is what she needs at this moment because he is someone new. He is not connected to her past. He is not friends with her ex-husband. He does not know the ins and outs of what her last marriage was like. Carlton is that. So we have to see how that plays out. And Danny was like, if she didn't love Andre and she didn't have it wasn't a good time had by all over there with him, she would be down to the men buffet with her sister. Okay, having a good old time. She probably would have had her 3 men. And I support all of this. Smitty is going to help Max. I don't know if he's going to hide Max, have Max move in with him and Martin. I don't know at this point. But Jacob had to tell him to be careful because at this point you're doing too much. You're gonna get you caught up, you're gonna get him caught up, and then inadvertently you're going to get Jacob caught up trying to be Captain Save a Ho. Oh, hey Grayson. Mhm. No, you. Mhm. At least Grayson is standing up for himself. Like, don't ever put me in that position ever again in life. Because you don't want Vanilla Bean to know. But Vanilla Bean could have found out because she walked in on me warning him. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, Shanice is she's great at her job. Mm-mm. She wants to talk to you. She wants to do not resuscitate. Honestly, you see that in patients who have the big C, especially when they start to go through the worst of it. My, I'll say this, because I don't want to get overly emotional and start crying and everything. But my grandmother knew she had cancer long before we did. We didn't know that she knew she did until we started to clear out her house and started to clean out different rooms. And one of the rooms was her sewing room slash her computer room, which when we moved into the house was my bedroom, like my high school bedroom up until I was a sophomore in high school. We found printouts for diets for cancer patients, but also, like I said, she had a do not resuscitate order, and my mother was supposed to enforce that. Even though my mom had two older siblings, it was up to her to enforce the fact that once they took my grandmother off life support, when she didn't want to be on life support, that it was up to her to be like, she enforced the fact that, in the hospital, to enforce the fact that she didn't want to be resuscitated. She signed the paperwork. Don't do it. So I don't know at what point my grandmother did have a do not resuscitate order. I'm not sure, only because like, she didn't tell anybody she was sick. And then for the longest time, nobody told me that she was sick. Nobody had told me that she was in the hospital. Uh, that was something that was kept from me for a very long time, and then eventually they told me. But I do have good memories of spending time with my grandma when she was in the hospital. It's just like one day we had like, it's a local chicken place here, and that we had that, and then we had some other food, and then we were watching MTV's Next. And I had never watched MTV with my grandmother before, but it was like we watched Next and we watched Parental Control, and then I believe we had a little moment where we skipped around and watched the little Bad Girls Club together. So I did have my moments with her. Um, which is why I could understand the character of Kat, where it's just like, oh my God, this is a like glad you got to spend time with her, and glad that at least she's getting used to me to the point where she doesn't have to close ranks and, hide away, but that I get to see everything. While it's great that, Kat is feeling all the feelings, she's just happy to be around her grandparents and actually getting to spend some time with them. I don't like that man that she's dating. I don't like him. I don't like him. I will never like him. And y'all can't force me to like him. And I believe that Kat has been written into an emotional and mentally manipulative and abusive relationship. We just haven't, but it's so subtle that most people don't catch it. It's just like really subtle stuff. It's very subtle. I don't think people are going to start getting it until he starts to get real loud with it. And then that's an issue. Like him cheating on her and then turning it back on her and making her feel like it was her fault. We're not gonna forget how that script got flipped. We're not gonna act like that's not how that script got flipped. Anita is in the hospital. She has been admitted. Her doctor is not there. They trying to get him there, but Monica is there as a consultant. So Vernon has to fill her in on everything. Shanice comes in to check on Anita and she's telling her everything. And Anita was like, I know I get to, make changes to my paperwork without people knowing. I want to sign a do not resuscitate order. Which is that hurts my heart. Now Vernon did call Nicole and he did call Danny. So they're on their way to the hospital at this moment. Grayson rolled up on Jacob like he in a training bra and basically said, don't ever put me in that situation again, because Vanilla Bean walked in as I was giving him the warning, and that could put me in danger. That could have anybody in danger. Mind you, did we not see Ring go to Orphe Jeans and sit down at the counter and look over at Naomi, June, and Samantha giggling and laughing and a ha ha and a kiki? What the hell's going on there? Huh? What's going on there? What are we doing? I don't like that. I don't. I don't like the inkling of maybe he did follow that man and he found out who she was. I don't like that. Mm-mm. I don't. But Anita looks so small in that hospital room. Tamara is doing a hell of a job. Baby, if she don't get an Emmy nomination and a win off of this one, y'all telling me something. Keep that in Max. Hey, you get over it. You did what needed to be done. She's in so much pain she can't lift her head up to drink. Girl, you don't need to fight the good fight. Fight all you can. Barbara, come shame her to staying alive. Hmm. Girl, if it's needed, it's needed. Hmm. It was not. Get it. Hmm. Hmm. Talk to her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Aww. That's where she got her love of true crimes and mysteries. That is where she got her love of mysteries and true crime. Brandon, stop flirting. This is not the what. You know what? I would say this is not the time, but boy, if you don't go good to talk, he coming back. Wait a minute. Who he gonna play? And he is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That okay? So if he's returning, who is he supposed to be playing? Yeah, probably as another character. Because I know a lot of people felt some type of way about Keith taking over the role, but it was supposed to be Keith's role in the first place. And then Keith was filming something else. So Maurice stepped in and played him until Keith could come in and film his scenes. Oh, okay. Kat's going through it because she got the call from Nicole to tell her, hey, yeah, your grandmother's in the hospital and maybe an extra love interest for her, maybe a love interest for Wig, somebody who is not married. No. But Nicole calls Kat. Nicole and Danny get on the elevator, and before they get on the elevator and go up to the third floor, Nicole calls Kat because she doesn't want Kat to get to the house and find out that no one's there. Not Rowena, not Titus, not Vernon, not Anita, not the rest of the staff. Nobody's there. So she calls her and she tells her, hey, your grandfather had to bring your grandmother to the hospital. And she's like, did the pain get worse? And Nicole is like, I don't know for sure. but she's here. And Kat's like, okay, so what can I do? Should I light up the family phone tree before I head over there? What do you need me to do? And she was like, no, me and your aunt are here. We'll get the lay of the land first, and then we'll start dispersing information to everyone. And Kat's like, okay, well, tell her that I'm on chapter 3 and she is right about Agatha Christie. So now we know that Kat got her intuition and her discernment from her paternal grandmother. We now know that she got her love for mysteries and solving mysteries and true crime podcasts and things like that and mystery books from Anita. And I was like, oh, that is like, that's such a sweet thing, like to add to the character, that we talked about one grandmother and what she got from her, but then we talk about Anita and what Kat picked up from her. And Kat's going through it. And even though I don't like that man, at least she has someone there to comfort her who semi likes her. Grayson is like, talking to Jacob Rashad in that back alley, like, I told myself that I would never get to the point where I got my hands dirty. Like, I just want to help take care of my mom. But I threatened someone. And it's just like, well, that's the lay of the land. That's the name of the game. You out here sucking that blood. You got to do what you got to do. And if you had to threaten that man and tell him to keep his mouth shut when it came to you, you had to do that. Because honestly, Leah around here watching and surveying the scene, somebody gonna get called up and get the boot. Do you want to get the boot, sir? Do you want to get the boot? Doing all that whining and complaining. Obviously, Nita says she wants to sign a do not resuscitate. Shanice goes to tell her aunt, who's the doctor who's consulting, that listen, I think she made this decision under distress. So can you go talk to her and see if she really wants to? And obviously, Monica's in there having a conversation. Go home. Uh-huh. And down on you. Go home. Take it out. Tell her daughter she loved her. Ooh. Mm. Yeah, Leah. Mm-hmm. Baby, what? Ooh, baby, I don't like to deal with what ifs. What ifs will fuck you up. Mm-hmm. Kat is stressed because she's like, if I would have known, I would have didn't. Even though I like that man, he's like being honest. You can't deal in what ifs. What ifs are thieves of joy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want Monica to be her doctor because it seems like Monica would be on call, and especially as a black woman, she would listen to Anita. Mm. Mm-hmm. No. But you deciding to do not resuscitate is going to hurt them more. Mhm. Mm. It's the fact that she wants to give up, and it's just like, ma'am, you're not supposed to. So basically, what Monica told her was, with her treatment, she's not supposed to be feeling pain, which means they got to pinpoint where exactly the pain is coming from to figure out how to help her. Like, if we could pinpoint where the pain is coming from, which means it probably isn't another cancer, it's probably maybe an allergic reaction, or maybe the wrong dosage, or something like that, then we can help and we can fix all of this. And Anita's like, no, she has never been more certain that the body and the spirit are two separate things. She has loved her body. She has traveled all over the world with her body. She's loved her husband with it. She had children. She's raised a family. She's done all these amazing things. But her spirit, the last little piece of her, is leaving, and she's tired and she's ready to go. Now, me, I feel like she's not of sound mind and body. That's just how I feel. But then again, you can't tell anybody how to feel or what that means for them. And she was like, she tried to sing, which is who she is. It's her spirit, it's her. Singing is who she is. And she couldn't, because it was so painful. And it's just like, you gonna have bad days before you have good days. And the fact that you want to give up and basically tell your family that, hey, I'm giving up. So, y'all just gonna have to get used to it, is going to break them more than watching her go through the treatment. Her giving up is going to break them folks down, and not in a good way. It quite possibly might tear them apart, losing her. And she's telling Monica all this, and Monica is just trying to get her to understand, listen, you can't make the decisions for your family. On top of that, she's like, Vernon watching me go through this is going to break him down and have him jump into this bed with me and also jump into the grave with me. And I agree with Monica. You can't make those choices for people. If he wants to jump into the grave with you, he gonna jump into the grave with you. It's just like when people pass away from broken heart syndrome. You can't tell them what to do. You can't be upset with them because their hearts were broken and they decided to go with you, because being without you hurt worse than anything else in this world. So like, you be like, oh, I don't want Vernon to see me like this, so don't resuscitate me. And you turn around and pass away. And then Vernon turned around and passed away. Why? Because his heart's broken. There is no getting back from that. There is no coming back from his heart being broken. You could try to heal a broken heart, but baby, once that thing is broken, it's broken. You could tape it up. You could probably try to staple it. You could probably try to stitch it, but the scars are always going to be there. Oh, I feel bad for the folks that do. Nicole and Danny are sitting down there with Vernon, and he's telling them how her actual doctor is not there, but Monica is consulting and, running her credentials and telling them it's Shanice's aunt and everything that she's trying to do for her. But in this moment, it's really just like a mhm. Child, Jacob and Spitty have to get themselves caught up into some mess. Oh, Kat's going through it. Kat is going through it. I feel so bad for her. I want to hug her. Less of a fight and more of him telling her about herself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would be right. She is giving up the fight, or trying to. Girl, now she was feeling good enough to cough and laugh. Yes, cotillion. Chelsea and Madison's wedding. Girl, do you know how many times I didn't had a coffee fit? Man, I was so sick one time in elementary school. I had a badass cold. I was coughing off through testing. And you know back then with the schools, baby, they don't care if you got a cough. You gonna bring your ass to school. For me, it would. But I can't say if it will for Anita. I don't want her to sign her. You could have more time if you stop trying to give up. True. Talk to Monica. Monica, if you don't, mhm, that's right. You need a Dupree. You have a chance. I would take the chance. I would take the odds. Honestly, make Monica your doctor. I would say make Monica her doctor. Monica is in there talking that good shit to her. Okay, you got to give us time to help find you a treatment that works for you. Uh oh. Well, that's gonna suck. Honestly, and we see Monica trying to talk some sense into Anita. I don't know how much sense she was able to talk into her, but she tried to talk some sense into Anita to basically give them time and give them space in order to find what treatment works for her so they can give her more time with her family. So she can sing at Madison and Chelsea, well, Chelsea and Madison's wedding. So she can show up for Samantha for Cotillion. So she can be there for the next Chelsea Cat big launch, big, bag launch. So she can be there for March. So she could be there for all the family events. So she could be there for, Andre and Danny's first anniversary or Nicole's next wedding. All these things, but she wants to give up because the pain is too much for her at this moment. And I was just like, your doctor isn't here, but Monica is here trying to do the best for you. I honestly want her to make Monica her doctor. Monica is consulting, but if Monica can become her doctor and we do a little thing where Monica gets she gets credentials to be at the hospital, I would want to see that because this is a black woman doctor who specializes in all of this and trying to get her patients time and trying to help her patients, and she's listening to Anita, but she's also trying to help her understand. You are so used to everything falling into place for you because you have broken all these barriers. You have made a will when there wasn't a way. You have showed up and showed out in these spaces where they told you because you are a black woman, because you're a black woman from from Chicago and Cabrini Green that you can't do it, but you did it, and you have this beautiful family and you had this beautiful life. Let's fight more. Um, Kat is worried. She's dealing with what ifs, and if you deal in what ifs, they're going to steal your joy. But even though I don't like Tater Thought, he is there for her as a shoulder to cry on. Everybody's trying to show up for everyone in this moment. Shanice had to tell Vanilla Bean to go home and go to bed because you've been working, 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 working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by, all taking, no giving. go take your ass to bed. And then you have Smitty and Jacob trying to get this whole situation with the blood ring worked out. And it's just like, you keep talking on the phone in this back alley like nobody could just walk up and can listen in on to what you have going on. You and Smitty keep meeting up too close to one another in this alley to the point where if Ren wanted to follow Smitty home, he could do that. Y'all need to be as safe and careful as possible. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. If you have to fly, be super duper careful because they now have ice at the airports. It's fuck ice today, tomorrow, the next day, and them days after that. Okay? I don't know what you heard about me, but I don't support that bullshit right there. Now, if you're on Twitch, don't forget to hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. We have a good time over here. Don't forget to keep a detailed history of your family's medical history, your medical history. If you can request your medical records, do that. I have a couple hospitals I need to request my medical records from because I moved around a lot as a kid. But I think I told y'all one time I did request my medical records from a hospital. I found out how I fell off a swing set as a baby. Okay, well, as a toddler. And my mama took me to the hospital. And when I asked her about it, she asked me, how you know about that? Yeah. But keep a detailed list, and if your family medical history, download download the Know Your Limits app, and do what you need to do with that. And when it comes to those links in the description box down below, hit that vote.gov, that vote.org. Make sure you're getting out here to vote. All the elections matter. Hell, you vote for who's gonna be snack captain matters, who's gonna be the head of the PTA matters. All elections matter. Local elections, statewide elections, federal elections, the big, the small, the medium, and the big elections, they all matter. It's a trickle up system, not a trickle down. And all 435 congressional seats are up for grabs. And don't let them play in your face talking about the Democrats are the reason why TSA was defunded. No, the Democrats had everything ready to go for TSA to be funded, but because they wouldn't give money to ICE, once again, it's fuck ICE today, tomorrow, and them days after that, that's when the people said absolutely not. Stop voting in these people who don't give a fuck about you. Look at who's in charge of all the branches of the government, and look at how the world is looking for us right now in this moment and in this hour. And it's bullshit. Yeah, it's some BS. So, with that being said, get out there and vote. Register to vote. Make sure you're keeping up to date for everybody who's running in these elections. Local elections matter. It's a trickle up system, not a trickle down. Be in tune with everything that's going on. Obviously, find you a healthy medium so you don't end up doom scrolling too close to the sun and then becoming overstimulated. Okay? Try Interval News. It's very unbiased, and they talking about everything, not just one thing, not just what certain media outlets want you to know. They talk about everything, and they give you a breakdown of just how suppressed the story is. Get out there and vote. Also, if you voting wasn't important, baby, they wouldn't be trying to steal your rights. They wouldn't trying to tell you to vote and it's not important. They wouldn't be trying to stop mail-in votes, even though that man who is, very orange, has voted by mail a lot of the times. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't be trying to stop every avenue or make it hard for you to vote. Baby, if you got to get pull the gas money together and get y'all a bus with snacks on it and have somebody drive everybody around to their local polling places, then do that. But get out there to vote. And with that being said, that was it. That was all. I don't have any more to give y'all today. We will be back here tomorrow, like Orphan and her Annie said. Not Orphan and her. Annie and her orphan said it's only a day away. And then that's about it. But I will see y'all tomorrow.